Oh, hot damn, it's trial time. Oh my goodness. Wonderberry HD, we're playing Danganronpa. We're gonna walk through those doors and figure out who killed our good friend Chihiro. Or whatever Chihiro. Or whatever Junko. Let's get to it. Big zippy. So is everyone ready to, what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is, you really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. I gotta forget that little nut job. She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Meow, I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Ooh, so now everyone's here, right? Okay, then hustle onto the elevator. Let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Oh, there she is. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us, someone standing right here. I don't think it's Mondo. I'll get his opinion on the matter, though.
Hey, come on.
Freaking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Let's talk to... there she is. She's always hiding in the back, but there she is.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Yeah, I guess I'm ready. Let's get Bakugan a question as well. He's pretty important. He have plenty to work with. Show us how far logic can take you. And then also, let's talk to Toko. She seems like a crucial... Yeah, alright. So like I said in the last episode, my prediction is Toko or Bakugan did the murder. Either it was Toko and it's pretty clean cut, she has multiple personality disorder, or dissociative identity disorder, whichever you prefer, and is the serial killer, or she is pretending all of that to have helped Bakugan get away with that because she loves him. The only pieces of evidence that are really leaving me with, like, I don't understand, and I'm probably not gonna get until we're in the trial and it comes up, is the switched poster and the switched carpet. Alright, here we go. Elevator. Descending. The steel box sank with a heavy clunking sound, deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid question. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-roaring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay, then let's get this show on the road, shall we? Everyone, please find your assigned seats. That's not what he said. Not even close. With the curtain opened once again, deadly judgment, deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yeah, man, save that. Yeah, man, I'm down to check the e-handbook. Truth bullets, let's run through them, shall we? We got the second file, which is all the stuff about her death. Sakura's account of how Chihiro would not work out with her. The dumbbell. The fatal blow is more than likely dealt with this object. Mondo's account is that Chihiro wanted to... What was your account? Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. Okay, so Mondo can account that she really wanted to work out. Okay. Card reader, we know you need to swipe in a girl one to get it, but you can steal a dead one, so it doesn't matter. It's hence where these are. One of them's broken, which that's another thing I don't know how. Like, I don't know how Leon's broken hand book ties into it. Genocide Jack case file with all those things. Awie's account of Chihiro being distant. The locker room carpet's got that coffee stain on it. There's 2 locker room posters that have been switched. My character hasn't come to the deduction yet, but I remember. Chihiro's handbook is not on her. Dead body's got some cord and stuff. Stain on the thing is missing. Library desk lamp. Alright. Set skills. Oh, hey, look, I have skills. Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time battle. Increase bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Alright, give them to me. Why not? Cool. I am prepped. Alright guys, trial time. I am not gonna let this video go on for 2 hours. When we hit about an hour, I'm gonna find for the best I can do to find a stopping point.
Determine the if you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And the one,
Yep.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
Yay. Okay. We're just diving right in, right? I'm not getting another exclamation. Okay, so I shoot Y. I shoot with Y. Load it. It's loaded.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Hold on. I need just a second to get my thoughts here. How do I slow down? A and B are slow down fire. Alright, that's all I need to know.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting.
I missed.
Certainly would make for a...
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Got him.
No, that's wrong. Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Probably.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Gross.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay!
It's a trial. I mean, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it, but I...
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is...
Genocide Jack.
Serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Bro, you're just gonna keep adding it to this game. I'm gonna keep listening. Lines of white noise will appear, disrupt your reaction. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles. But there are ways to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, time limit will decrease. Take your aim carefully with your silencer out. Okay. Oh, if your action difficulty set the gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't think we're on gentle, so... What bullet are we on? The Genocide Jack case file? Okay, okay.
Culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
I don't really want to mess with the silencer. I'm just gonna try not to.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Bloodlust.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
Can someone
It's
kill that guy?
actually
I hate him so much.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every genocide Jack H. that the world doesn't love, I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the bottom. Where the murder was, the body message left behind, how the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Yeah.
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man.
No, it's the DID thing. I still think this is all. I'm starting to lean more and more on that it's all a ruse and it was actually Bakugan. So sure, but I feel like I understand what it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Do I have a truth bullet on this? Oh, it's a Hangman's Gambit. I remember these. All right, bro, I don't know what the word is. Give me a second. We have S's, H's, L's, and I mean, S-A-L. Freaking, H and I are right in the middle, right? Okay. We've got A-L-S. Dude, I have genuinely no idea. There's an R. Okay, I'm gonna go for an S. It's not S, I'm gonna go for an N. L. P. Dude, I have no idea what this word is. So DID is dissociative identity disorder, and that's the what this game uses. None of those words have an H and an I in the middle. Dissociate? No, there's not enough letters. Bro. Yeah, I got that. Thank you. Can I get a hint? Is there other hints? Papa needs a hint. Bro, I have no idea. All right, it's an S at the front. Oh, you have to shoot them multiple times? I still don't know what the word is. Schizo? Like, that's only half the word. Jesus.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
That was rough. Jeez, Louise.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could have split personalities behaviors. Her behavior changed. Duh.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then...
This is too
when she
easy.
woke
It's him. I'm fine. Kyaha. Whoa, is that the body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. Yeah, I recall.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive the killer out, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
I still don't think it's her. I still think this is ruse.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
but your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Oh my. All right, okay. Oh my goodness.
Hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the fudge is going on?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Dude, I'm with you.
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Her tongue got really long.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another...
Blah, blah, blah. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
Bro, we've known that for a long time.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very.
I mean, if it is him, he's built a very sound argument.
I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh? But I cannot imagine anyone other
Wait,
than
is this real?
a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What you said, I need to get more detail about all of this. This is so weird. Wait, so she actually is Genocide Jill? Sass of the dead body. Loaded up.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
All right. I mean, obviously we know where we're shooting on this one.
Sorry, but I didn't kill.
You say that, but perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
I'm ready.
The modus operandi matches
Got it.
That's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
They're
I
close.
think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
So this is all real. So she actually told him about the Genocide Jack thing, and then he was like, so she's not helping him.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Yeah, they're all stab wounds.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine!
Jesus.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yeah, go ahead,
There
dude.
are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference in the murders. In the photos from the other genocide, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. Victim's fatal injury, there's a style of the bloody... The style looks the same. It's the victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Mm-hmm.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Good
And there's
point.
more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Yo, this is
Please stop
freaking weird.
comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Oh, they stand right through their hands. Here you'll see clear. It was what was used because they used a cord.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Mm-hmm.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
More scissors. She likes her scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And,
Yeah.
and you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac?
Am I Big Mac?
Are you referring to me?
Makoto, that's awesome.
Listen up,
I
Big
love
Mac.
that. I love that so much.
One more difference.
Huh?
Yeah, well, I mean the murderer is probably a pretty good one.
You really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were.
Yeah, all men, yeah.
Case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
I mean, I noticed it pretty quickly.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
All right. Yeah, dude. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it!
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yeah. I'm not reading these names again, but they're all dudes.
They were all guys?
Yeah.
Right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
This is a very weird turn of events.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood span madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen?
Stop talking about cooking.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
It's a good argument.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Good point.
Scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
That's a spooky, scary sentiment.
She's fully equipped.
Oh my goodness.
That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
It's Bakugan.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Yeah, here it comes. There's one person who could copy Genocide Jack cases. Sorry, Bakugan. This is where we get the ball rolling here.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
He did say that.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Exactly.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. Seems nobody searched the locker room. We'll get started with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
How would you have known Chihiro was the victim?
About that, I'd say.
Well, you didn't know Chihiro was the victim until we walked in.
There's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange about it?
Bro, are you like an idiot?
Share with the rest of the class.
Yeah, dum-dum. Yeah, tell me about it. Truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize the weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once with a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change a truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction loaded in your truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to use to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well, then good luck, have fun. So I hold Y to use a statement.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Gimme.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
Okay.
That's a natural reaction for any...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check. There was no time for porn. What's so strange?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
No, I'm good. I got it.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting...
I just wanted to make sure. I said to make sure that was the right thing.
The victim was Chihiro.
Blam!
No, that's wrong.
Well, I mean, it's not wrong, but I get it.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with his attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered. He's acting like it's got nothing to do with him.
Matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Yeah, man, I got more. Calm down.
I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about
I got the lamp
between this
and the
past
wire.
Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man, library desk lamp, exactly.
The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special, and I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
That might be the one I have to shoot.
Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Got him.
No, that's wrong.
Got him good.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Yeah.
An extension cord?
Do you guys have eyes? Like...
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Exactly.
Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah. Is it? Not even involved. What's wrong?
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right?
Are they gonna hit me with a triple curveball?
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
We kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something
Dude,
like this
if they swerved me even harder, it'd be impressive.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Yo, the flipped carpets and the flipped posters have been bothering me all freaking day.
And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. His body is definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean? I just said what Byakuya said is the truth. So that's why the posters and the carpets were switched. She was killed in the boys' locker room.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Oh!
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
He's getting a little steamed.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byaga, did I just take you off guard? Yeah! The story suddenly moved to the crime scene. Byaga would have been totally confident up until now. Maybe Byaga never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Absolutely. Evidence that shows the murder take place somewhere else. There was something that switched between the boys and girls locker room. Yes, there was. Do I do the carpet or the posters here? I guess the posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Yep.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Hey, Jill, can you calm down a little?
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
I love Tornado!
That doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Not just the
And there's
posters.
one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The carpet.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It was moved. It was moved. It was moved.
I got it.
I thought someone just shit their
The stain on
pants
the
doing a
girls' locker room
deadlift.
Carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Aha!
It's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yes,
But
they were.
Why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Yes. Which he did because of Jill being a girl, right?
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
Why was Chihiro in the
then
boys'
how
locker
did
room?
Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the
So
card
Chihiro
in the
used Leon's handbook to get into the boys' locker room, so there'd be no trace of her
But
going to
Chihiro's
the
handbook
gym.
should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
She could have just borrowed someone's handbook. Do I have the broken handbook in my? Yeah, I do.
Is it really possible?
Okay,
Could
okay.
Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that
That's actually a really good
deduction.
deduction.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Got it. I mean, well, no, wait, no, it was. I don't know if that was wrong. I may have just effed myself there.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
No, there's a regulation against lending out your handbook.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook...
This is intriguing. Leon's was broken. How did she get in?
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya was the one who really did it, really? But I just don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Bro, I can't wait. I can't believe they're about to swerve me again. Hold on a second. You know what, guys? Hold on a second. We're gonna be right back tomorrow with the end of this case trial because I don't feel like doing another 90-minute episode. I hope you're digging it. Leave your predictions in the comments. I will have finished this trial before that video comes out. So like everything you're thinking, put it down there. Do not spoil it if you know. Only if you're playing along for the first time with me and you're trying to deduce this crime, put it in the link below, the comments below. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm having a blast. I can't wait to see who did it. Peace.